Hi, Tim Lundquist here with Strategic Aircraft. Today I'd like to show you November 15 X-Ray Alpha. This is a great value in an A36. Let's take a look. November 15 X-Ray Alpha is a beautiful 1975 A36 Bonanza with tons of updates. The owners have obviously equipped this airplane to keep it. Since that time now, their business has grown to the point where their travels are taking them over more mountainous terrain, so they've decided to move into a turbocharged model. 5 X-Ray Alpha is powered by a Continental IO520 fuel-injected 6-cylinder engine that produces 285 horsepower and has a 1,700-hour TBO. The total time is 5,111 hours, and the engine has 582 hours since the factory reman. That was in 2003 when it was installed. It has a fresh annual, it's got a new windshield, new tires, new brakes, it's got a Tannis heater, it has GAMI injectors, and it also has the DeShannon tip tanks with 20 gallons a side. So you add that 20 gallons a side to the 74 gallons usable in the main tanks, and that's 114 gallons of usable fuel. With the GAMI injectors operating lean to peak, you'd have a range of well over 1,000 nautical miles. One of my favorite features of the A36 are these huge cargo doors. And they really make it so easy to load your cargo or passengers. This A36 has 6 seating capacity, and these 2 middle seats can be repositioned, turned around into the club seating. Just look at all that cargo space. As I mentioned, 15 X-Ray Alpha is very well equipped. These owners have equipped this airplane to keep, and you'll notice it inside here. Here we have all your standard gauges. We have your airspeed indicator, your attitude indicator, your altimeter, vertical speed indicator, a slaved HSI, turn and slip, and we have the autopilot, which is has the heading as well as the nav function and approach, altitude hold as well. It'll couple the glide slope. We've got your second VOR or nav head right down here. We have a backup DG. We have your fuel gauges, fuel flow, manifold pressure, RPM, and it also has a WX-10A storm scope. Now the EDM 700, as you can tell, is equipped with all of the features. It also has the fuel flow function as well as outside air temperature, and a switch where you can toggle between engine, cylinder, CHTs and EGTs, or fuel flow, or you can display all of them. Over here, moving along to the right hand side, we have the PMA 450 audio panel, and that is Bluetooth. We also have the latest from Garmin, the GTN 650, which is WAAS enabled, and it also is able to display the ADS-B, which comes from the GTX 327 transponder down here. So this airplane is completely compliant for ADS-B 2020. Over here we have the instrument air, or your suction gauge, a exhaust gas temperature gauge, as well as your engine gauges for cylinder head temperature, oil pressure, and then your amps. Now, I'd mentioned a little bit about the DeShannon tip tanks. Really nice feature. Give this plane great range, probably better range than most of your bladders will have. Right over here you can operate the transfer from the left or the right into the main tanks here with these switches. It also has input for auxiliary music, and just a very well equipped airplane. If you look down here is all the circuit breakers, and then of course your throttle, propeller, and man mixture here as well. Looking at the yoke, it does also have the electric pitch trim. Very nice feature to have. Got an outside air temperature gauge right here. Just really nicely laid out. Clean profile. This airplane is flown on a regular basis, so it hasn't been sitting around inactive. The performance is outstanding. It's just a fantastic airplane. It runs smooth. There isn't anything about this airplane not to like.